As the two ladies, and they are rocking some really good virtual backgrounds right now with Joni Kerr and Dr. Haldra Rogers. Ladies, half a day and good morning. Thanks for joining us on the link.
Glad to be here.
Now, Dr. Rogers, that's actually a shot of Rhoda you were saying during the break, right?
Yeah, from the bird sanctuary.
Very, very lovely.
It's gorgeous forest.
Okay, and Joni, you've been on the show. You've been doing, you've come on, to talk about activism, and you were very graciously a guest of ours for political commentary. But you've always used that shot, I noticed, right? And where is that exactly? That wonderful jungle. That's very soothing.
Yeah, this is actually probably I'm pretty sure it's from the limestone forest in back of GCC, Guam Community College.
Nice.
So just a shot of the canopy there.
Okay. Well, just to talk about, contextualize some of the academics, Dr. Haldra Rogers is an associate professor at, Sabrina, you will love this, at Iowa State University, so go Cyclones. In Ames, well, and especially because your Cyclones beat Sabrina's Oklahoma Sooners very famously last year, so that's why I brought that up. I just wanted to rub that in. Ames is a really nice city from what I understand.
Yeah, it's a wonderful little town in the middle of Iowa.
So we have a conservation conference coming up, and we want people to get involved because, conservation and sustainability and, topics, like in this space, let's call it, like are very, very popular these days. And there's also a lot of people participating, and not just because, okay, I get extra credit or, because my friend's doing it. You actually see a groundswell of support of people that really want to understand more and get involved and be part of this very positive movement. So when people participate in this conservation conference, we'll start with Joni, if we could. What's the theme and what are people expected to take away from it?
Well, okay, so this is our 4th annual conference, and this was 2017. We obviously could do it in 2020 because of COVID. The basic premise behind the conference was to share research, work, cultural aspects that are being conducted across the Marianas, so CNMI and Guam, and this is something. I mean, if you would look at our schedule, it's kind of pretty much spread out through research that goes on in Saipan, Lutha, and Guam, and maybe Tinian. I'm not sure, but in any case,
the more the merrier.
Yeah, and it's meant to actually to inform the public because a lot of times science is sometimes couched in or presented in ways that might not be understandable or accessible. Just access to these conferences and information is not really there for just the general public. And this conference has always strived to be free and open to the public. Mm-hmm. So it was held at GCC first couple of years, and then in Saipan in 2019. And so just kind of switching back and forth between Guam and Saipan, and so that people could get a flavor for the venues and so on. But this year it had to be all virtual for obvious reasons. But it's kind of a cool experience trying to do this virtually. But we're hoping that I think we've got a really good lineup of talks and events, and we're hoping that people register and enjoy the information that is presented.
Yeah, we're gonna let you bring up the registration information real soon. I gave you SlideShare access, so you can pop that up whenever you see fit. But Dr. Rogers, what will your contributions to the workshop be?
Yeah, so there's a group of 3 of us. So Joni Kerr, myself, and Anne Marie Gowell, who's a graduate student in my lab at Iowa State and also grew up here on Guam. The 3 of us have been coordinating the conference this year. So that includes everything from building our website, taking in all the abstracts, coming up with the schedule, arranging field trips, and we'll be moderating the conference as well. So lots of little details.
Okay, very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I think Dr. Rogers' connection may have froze. So, Joni, if you would, I know you've got some slides to kind of like break down the schedule of events. So,
Sure.
if you wouldn't mind
Okay, I
sharing,
can
that'd
do
be
that
fantastic.
The-
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So the conference will be taking place over a period of 6 days, over 2 weeks. So starting next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then the 8th, 9th, and the 10th, and the following week on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. So we are going to start out fairly early at 7 a.m. and then the talks will be done by 10:30. But people can register at the website here. This is Marianas Terrestrial Conservation.org. And there's a registration form that people can fill out, and that registration form will give them access. They'll get the Zoom connection, the Zoom link rather, and all kinds of information once they register.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, and this is just the brief, simple schedule for the events, and maybe, I don't know, maybe Haldra can pop in and talk about the schedule a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. Sorry, I think I lost you all for a second there. Yeah. So we start off with a panel on environmental history with Dr. Margie Fallenrue and Mike Gowell, and a speaker also from the CNMI to kind of talk about set the scene for the history of the environmental movement in the Marianas. And then we move into some native species conservation talks. Wednesday is all about native birds, both in the CNMI and Guam. And then Thursday, all about invasive species. The next week we have or the week after, we have two panels that will be, I think, really dynamic. So one all about conservation and restoration planning efforts in the Marianas. And then on the 16th, a panel on Islandano or Cocos Island. And then we finish it off on the 17th with ecosystem restoration and outreach and education, followed by our award ceremony to honor people who have had a big influence either over their career or in the past year on conservation.
Yeah, I like these kind of agendas like a lot more from conferences, because some people say, they like the more focused, concentrated, when it's just 2 days of, intense, dialogue and discussion and everything. I like the ones that are kind of like spread out maybe over several days, because, it really gives you a chance to like take in and kind of soak in the information, and then, start your own discussions, and then you can even come back and, sometimes the topics take on a life of their own.
Yeah, definitely.
So Joni, unfortunately, we are coming up against the top of the hour. So would you be able to jump to the slide that talks about registration, please, so we can make sure that everybody make sure that they can secure a seat virtually?
Sure. We'll go back up to that. Oops, sorry. I have these other ones prepared. Yeah, there you go. All okay, right, so there's the information again. So register online at the website marianasterrestrialconservation.org. And also a shout out to students and anybody interested in careers in conservation with various federal and local agencies, and or interested in graduate school. There will be mentors and people ready to speak to anybody who wants to inquire about graduate school.
That is great.
And yeah,
gotta get the, learning doesn't end just when you finish high school or even when you finish your undergrad, folks. Keep pushing, keep searching for knowledge.
Yes.
Well, ladies, I gotta let you go, but thank you so much for your time. And I know we're gonna share the link on our website. We're gonna put a reporter on this when you guys actually start the conference to give it some more coverage. So thank you very much, and congratulations in advance, and best of luck.
All right. Thank you so much for having us.
All right. Have a wonderful day. We appreciate the time.
That's stuff.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. We have now. Are we going to break, or we got Cover Me?
Let's do Cover Me.
Okay. Yeah, we got our Cover Me artist. I've not done this in about a week and a half, so forgive me. We have.
It's Cover Me, brought to you by Docomo Pacific and our friends at Burger King, where it's drive-through Mondays.